Cashflow Kings does a $2 a month. Oh my God. Oh. Grifter.
Ryan, why don't you pull up Amazon's margins real quick?
Well, yeah, I'd have more of a grin on my face than Stephen Hawking on Epstein's Island.
I'm off as a smug cock when you said that.
Wow, fiscal philosophy, you're not very smart at all. You screw up, cash flow kings. Dissector, you are an idiot.
Hello, everybody. It's Saturday, and it happens to be Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Now, it's Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. You could be doing a wide range and variety of activities. Now, Fiscal, what are some of these activities you could be doing at Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern that, let's just say, are not accretive to your lifestyle?
Oh my gosh! Well, you could be all in on crypto.
Oh, that's too bad.
as of Friday, that doesn't look so good. Yeah, leveraged into crypto.
Yeah,
to the tits.
I'll be careful with episode 32 references this early on in the episode.
Of course. You never know who's watching.
Yeah.
It's funny. I took my car and I passed a building that had this big banner on it that said psychic.
Oh.
You could be going. You could be going and getting your palm read, maybe a tarot reading.
A scam, if I've ever heard one.
Those things are not accretive. Don't do your buys and sells based on what the psychics say.
Yeah, you could be placing Kalshi money line bets.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
sports
do that.
betting, DraftKings, the rest of it.
Not good.
No way. You got to buy cash flow and income.
Yeah, not activities we approve of here on the channel. You could be being investigated by Israeli private intelligence. It's not something you want. You could be having your company being slandered on. I wouldn't want that. Just saying. Welcome in everybody. CFK 106. See who's in the chat. We have Seymour in here who's been a member for 1 year, and that's just thank you very much. Very heartwarming.
Wow, that's exciting times.
Very exciting times. Also, we're doing a new thing where if we meet a goal for channel memberships because we're really desperate for money. A lot of people will hide it from you. They'll try and grift you in silent ways. They'll say, buy my course, buy my time. People will say that, but here on the show, we believe in transparency, and we're going to be transparent. We need money. We're bleeding cash right now. It's not good. We need it urgently, and the best way to give us money is channel memberships. Truthfully, we're all making 33 cents a pop with YouTube's cut and the three partners in the LLC. We have expenses here on the show. What else?
Yeah, I mean, StreamYard's expensive. And I think the goal, it's not just memberships. I mean, supers, I think, count too.
Oh yeah, supers. Right? Yeah, any monetary, we're sleazy here on the show. Any sort of financial merit or gain towards our show, that counts as like 1 point. And I don't know.
If you want to automate though your contribution, not have to think about doing a super
and get benefits. You get good benefits too.
The membership
are actually good benefits.
The supers are definitely appreciated too. Don't get us wrong there.
100%. I lost my money today on Kalshi. See, nothing for legal reasons.
Ever happened to Kalshi.
Yeah, nothing good ever happens on Kalshi. I'll say that. Speaking of nothing good happening, yesterday was a pretty rough day for the portfolio fiscal. Portfolios.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like everything, like there was no such thing as a flight to safety. Every asset class was down.
Got smoked.
Yeah. And I mean, Amazon got clapped.
It did at the end of the day. Amazon was at like 219 for most of the day.
All right, I take it back. BTI was up 18 cents, but that did not help compared to. Yeah. But everything else got absolutely just smoked.
Not good
in my accounts. So, and especially my leaps options were not a fun thing to be in on Friday.
Yeah.
but a lot of them are still net in the positive. The question is, does the crash continue on Monday, or do we bounce?
Yeah. If you guys haven't already, make sure to smash the like button. That's also a fine way to help us here on the show. Get us to more eyeballs. That's all I gotta say. So, are we buying more Evolution Gaming? Our guest is going to be in any second now. We're buying more Evolution Gaming. We're at like $74 now. This is not good.
I mean, it's cheap enough now. Again, that I could see it being a possibility. But I don't know. I think after a day like Friday, there will have been a lot of opportunities created out of that. So it's important to look and see what dropped into the buy zone.
Yeah.
And, be selective,
Yeah. Okay, I will say this too with Evolution. I feel like a lot of stuff went down like just on Friday or Thursday even, you could include. I think Evolution's been going down a little more than that, and like I don't know, $74 when it was just like nearing 100. I think that's a little obnoxious. And they just won a legal battle against the Israeli private intelligence company, which I was just that's a joke. Everybody,
wasn't it like
I won't kill myself.
Something. Cube. It's Cube. Something.
Yeah, it's Black Cube. It's Black Cube. You look into it. It's you go down a spiraling path.
Yeah, I mean, never trust something that's named after a shape, guys.
Yeah, Qualtrim, Baltrim, whatever you want to call it. All right, we'll get our guest in here. It is none other. He just self-proclaimed himself as the #1 reoccurring guest on the show on Twitter.
I think so.
I don't know who could be contesting for that spot. I got a Tim Hortons in honor of him here. Because I know how much he loves Tim Hortons and QSR Restaurants Brands International.
Absolutely hate that place, but okay.
Yeah, he loves Tim Hortons. It is none other than Aria. Aria, welcome on. Looking very preppy with the zip up tonight.
Yeah, we've made some strides in terms of the wardrobe recently. So really in my finance bro era,
He'll be in a tank top and sunglasses before you know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be joining. Is this still sunlight out? Oh no, that's just a light, isn't it?
No. There is it's 5 p.m. where I'm at. So yeah, and I'm in sunny Phoenix, Arizona. So yeah, it's bright still.
Yeah,
it'll probably start to go down in probably throughout the course of the episode, you'll start to see it slowly go away.
Yeah, longer it goes on. Compound interest effect.
Yep.
Aria, I'd like to start off this episode by talking about why we should buy Dave stock, and we're going to look at the EBITDA to start off with. That's a joke.
Yeah,
that's
so
joke,
listen, if you pay attention to the EV to EBITDA, that you guys always forget the EV portion of it. It trades. Of course, I'm joking because lending companies don't have an enterprise value, right?
Yes, this is a fun show. We make fun jokes.
Yeah. Okay.
Aria, why are we buying Adobe stock? I'm going to be a little disappointed if I actually end up forcing me to start a new position in Adobe. I never thought it would happen.
Yeah, we're actually. It's funny. We're coming up on the anniversary of the Uber video, so that's about 11 months ago, right?
It was like a Christmas.
It was late last year. So yeah, we're coming up on the anniversary of it, and it's the initial shares that I bought have been up over 50% in less than a year. So I think that one's definitely been good to us, been treating us well.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe Adobe's the next Uber in that sense. You never know.
Yeah.
I think maybe not in pure growth terms and stuff like that, but I think in terms of sentiment, it definitely follows the path of, what we've seen with Google and what we've seen with Uber in particular of this new scary technology has come along. It's going to disrupt it. It's over.
Yeah.
This company that's been around for so many years. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy to kind of dig into it. But I guess I'd kind of pose a question to you guys. Like, what is your sort of thoughts about the company, just from like a distant sort of surface level understanding of the company, the financials, what you've kind of seen online, stuff like that?
I know they have the subscription software. You know, you get Adobe Pro, you get Premiere. I don't know. I know they have the editing and the Photoshop service.
I'm
That's
thinking
about it.
more in terms of like qualitatively, like what do you think the
Oh,
company?
So
Reoccurring revenue?
I've always viewed them as sort of the market leader and the premium, the gold standard in terms of like visual effects and things like that. That's how I've always viewed them. Like Photoshop at one point in time was a really big deal. I don't know many people in like the graphic design industry at this point in time, but at one point in time, if you didn't have Photoshop, it was either Photoshop or nothing. Basically, you were a joke if you didn't have Photoshop at one point in time. But that was when you would buy it on like a disc, because I'm old.
Yeah. Fiscal's
Yeah,
pushing 40, everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, the industry dynamic is largely unchanged. Like, you talk to any sort of creative professional, like, it is by far the industry standard. There's niche pockets of the creative world where it's like, you guys obviously saw the Figma IPO, right? So that's particularly for UI and UX design, where Adobe just stopped competing with Figma because they thought they were going to buy it. They weren't able to buy it, so they just shut down the Adobe, I think XD it's called, that they did have. That was a direct competitor. So there's pockets in the creative world and in the design world where there are better solutions. But overall, obviously, it's kind of like the Microsoft Office suite of design and creative software, right? So people buy it because it's the bundle. And ultimately, if you were to go buy different point solutions, let's say you want Premiere Pro, another like Photoshop alternative, whatever. By the time you buy 2-3 different softwares from different vendors, you've basically paid the same price as the bundle anyways. So the only use case where you could kind of go around Adobe is you are a very like amateur user, somebody like myself even, right? Like I use Canva and other stuff like that.
Same.
Yeah, there you go. So very amateur user, or you only need one software. You don't need the whole bundle. You just need Canva, right? Something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Now, do they bill for this whole what's it called, Adobe One or something? I'm very casual. I don't know anything about Adobe.
I think it's called the Creative Cloud. So
yeah, the Creative Cloud. Do they bill? Are there most of the customers like annual? Is it monthly?
So it's funny how it works. It's like it's an annual plan, but you pay it it's billed monthly. So you're locked in for a year, but you're paying it on a monthly basis. So if you wanted to cancel, you'd kind of they got on a lot of crap for that a couple years ago, of like very deceptive sort of subscription practices.
Yeah.
To be doing that, and then charging a lot for people to cancel. People don't necessarily understand what they're kind of getting into. They're committing to an annual plan, right?
Yeah.
Even though they're being billed monthly for it. So if you go on their website right now, I'm looking at the pricing page. It very clearly says annual, billed monthly. So I think most people understand.
Yeah.
What's going on there? Yeah.
$70. That must mean their margins are pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you look at if you want to screen share the world's greatest stock research platform, Fiscal AI. Yeah, link in bio, by the way, for 2-week free trial there. Anyways, yeah, if you wanted to show that, like, they have 90% gross margins, 45% operating. Like, we're talking like Visa, MasterCard level, maybe more so MasterCard level margins here. For a software company.
Yeah.
Like, software companies have good margins, not MasterCard level margins. You know what I mean?
Pulling it up right now. Would it make you happy to find out that I sold Visa?
I'm not necessarily happy about it, but you bought SCHU with it?
Amazon, some Jackson Financial, Evolution Gaming. Probably going to mostly go on Amazon.
I'm not sure I love Amazon at the current valuation, to be honest with you.
Oh, why? That's
bit of a hot take.
Some certain investors are buying.
No, it's just like I think it's more fairly valued than undervalued, if anything. I'm sure you outperform at these prices, but it's not some runaway pound the table buy. By no means is it like Adobe, for example, right?
Yeah. Oh, we're calling Adobe runaway buy. Well, the stock is down over the last 5 years. That must not. That means it's a bad.
Yeah,
company.
that means it's a bad company, bro.
Remember, the 5-year chart says everything you need to know.
That's
1,000 million%.
That's true. What is the thesis for Adobe? What are we betting on that happens?
Okay. So I was actually running through some math because, I think we did this with Uber. No, we did this exact thing of like, how do they, achieve their revenue growth, right?
Yeah.
I said, I don't have concrete numbers on this, but about 70% of their subscription revenues comes from what we deem like super professional. So like people like working in like a company in the design department of Pepsi or whatever, right? Like people like real professionals working corporate jobs, and like they're not even paying for it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
By rough estimates, I'd land maybe 3/4 of Adobe subscription revenues comes from that cohort. The other quarter is like somebody like me or like a freelance person or something like that. Maybe if you're like a professional photographer, wedding photographer, you're paying for the subscription.
Mm-hmm.
So I would assume that quarter cohort there, they're probably less sticky. They can probably churn a little bit easier, so on and so forth. If you're working a corporate job, you're not even paying for it. You have no care in the world. If they cancel it, even if you use it like twice a year, your company's probably going to pay for it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like as long as you're getting some use case out of it.
Same for like school too. There's a lot of high schools and college.
I think Adobe gives either heavy discounts for education or they just straight up give it for free for many universities because they want the students to get used to using Adobe software. Is that propaganda?
It's propaganda. You get the youth on it, and then they're gonna be addicted to it.
First hit's free.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I mean Excel does this as well. AutoCAD, which is for engineering software, same story. You look across the board, many software companies regularly do this practice. It's not uncommon. Going back to it, let's run the numbers, right? So there isn't again, it's not concrete numbers, but you look at like the rough growth rate of corporate jobs in America. Okay, it's like about 2.5% averaged across the various different cycles, stuff like that. And then on top of that, you look at obviously like within tech and stuff like that, it's faster growing industries that naturally the employment growth in those sectors is a little bit faster. So I was basically estimating that on average, you should experience about 4% growth from your current customers. Let's just say one of Adobe's customers is Pepsi, right? On average, their marketing department should grow at about like 4%, just organically. And they're going to buy an Adobe subscription for that 4% of people. Make sense? Make sense so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's like our basis of growth, about 4% growth. You add on average, they increase prices of their Adobe subscription across the board because, if you pull up the pricing page, you'll see there's like 100 different plans.
Yeah.
On average, they increase it by about 4% per year across the board, across all geographies, foreign exchange taken into consideration, everything like that. So we're currently at 8% growth.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said roughly another 2 to 3% is they expand a little bit internationally. They get new wins. So there's new companies that, for example, Fiscal AI was founded, 2022, I think, newer company. We come up and then let's just say, I'm not sure if we're using it, but let's just say they start using it. Obviously, that's a new company that came out of nowhere and is now becoming a new customer for Adobe, right? So new companies all the time are coming out of the weeds and they're going to become new Adobe customers, right? And I said 2 to 3% on top of that. So that lands you at 10% revenue growth, roughly. Add on 5% buyback. You're looking at 15% EPS growth. Trading at a bargain 16 times earnings.
Yeah. We're looking at EV to EBITDA for clarification.
Yeah, I mean, check it on there. I think it goes down into the right. Sorry, I've been giving you guys a lecture here, but That's pretty much the thesis. It's just cheap.
Yeah. Why is it trading down in the last 5 years?
Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, there's some AI fears. Some of it has to do with growth. The growth has slowed down, so naturally it should trade at a lower valuation, and it was trading at like 40, 50 times earnings.
Right.
Yeah,
And
that's
yeah,
pretty much it.
I mean,
Increased
I think
competition.
we could probably agree that 50 times earnings is a bit steep for Adobe, but I would say 15 or 16 times is probably pretty reasonable, if not on the cheap side for a company that's still able to put up 10-ish% revenue growth.
Yeah.
15% EPS growth.
And with honestly, I don't see any reason why, for example, like SG&A would have to go up. So a lot more of that 10% revenue growth probably going to the bottom line, like you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah. Seems good. Seems good. Seems like the buyback is accretive at this level. And if you think that the AI fears are overblown, it's probably worth a watch list at the very least.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do you think there is any, I'm one of the people that I kind of think the whole AI taking jobs thing is pretty, I think it's gay, to be frank. But like, I do see a world where like, you see very quickly, I think the new ChatGPT thing where like the AI made videos. Do you think there's any real impact from like AI and the amount of art that can be kind of created in marketing, I guess, that could be from AI, and how would that potentially eat into Adobe?
I could kind of take this from sorry, somebody just asked for Uber price prediction.
Oh, David, you're off. We got that's the next segment.
I just don't do price predictions to begin with.
120 by January.
Yeah.
Market. 250
next
by,
weekend.
250
next weekend.
Yeah.
And a year next weekend, dude. Are we serious?
Yeah.
No, okay. In all seriousness, your question was what with AI, how it could
do you
impact
think
it?
AI does have any like potential eat into the market share, or anything going forward with them?
Okay, so again, we go back to it, rough numbers, right? 3/4 of revenues comes from corporate users.
Mhm.
Okay. So, okay, exact same thing we did with Uber 11 months ago. Let's work on it from a first principles basis. What would it have to, because the only way Adobe doesn't work is if customers start to cancel en masse. Corporate customers start to cancel en masse, right? So what would it take for a Pepsi, right? Pepsi sitting there, they're spending God knows how many thousands, maybe even millions of dollars on Adobe subscriptions every single year, right? What would it take for Pepsi to stop paying Adobe for their subscriptions? Well, there would have to be a new AI that completely replaces the ability to generate an ad, banner ad, video ad, whatever the case is. From start to finish, you could prompt an AI something, be able to send a couple follow-up prompts for it to change, and then your ad is good to go. You add some text again with a couple prompts you ask for it, whatever the case is. You guys get the idea, right? You make a polished ad.
Mm-hmm.
As it stands currently, that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
there is no AI that currently does that. But what about 5 years down the line?
Mm-hmm.
That's where,
Yeah.
Sorry, is my face?
You think you're going to be holding the stock in 5 years? Very vague question, I know.
I could see it. Yeah.
We
said,
what if though, maybe Adobe adds some kind of a feature where you maybe as like a paid add-on, you can integrate in either like an Open AI or a Gemini or something to
I think
do
they're working
some
on
generative
that
stuff. Yeah.
I think they're working on that. So they're trying to be a means of like kind of plugging in a nano banana into Adobe. And like the example I made in a video was like, you could think of Adobe as like the central kitchen. So like, sure, like, you could go buy the blender from somebody else or like the oven from somebody else. The point is it needs to pass through the kitchen at some point, right? So that's kind of the analogy I give. Like, sure, you can go make an ad in Nano Banana or whatever these like AI that's actually the name, Nano Banana. I'm not
Wow.
joking.
Yeah, I've heard that. That's the silliest name I've ever heard, but
Yeah,
it's true. It's a true fact. We're not making this up.
Qualtrim's not up there.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, you can go make your ad in like a video editor or a video AI video generator, whatever. You're gonna have to bring it into an Adobe product to kind of polish it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's
Or it's gonna be a shitty ad.
I've done a little bit of experimenting with the X AI Grok with like, because it can generate images and stuff, and almost like it takes forever for it to give you what you actually asked for, and you have to ask in like many different ways, and it's never quite exactly what you asked for. So if you were using it for like something that's professional, that's going to be seen by millions of people, even if you use that to generate like the rough draft of your image, you would still want to actually fix the things that it didn't quite get right in the first place.
How do you do that?
You
do it in
Adobe.
Photoshop.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, so it could definitely maybe like make existing people in doing graphic design, it could make them maybe more efficient by at least giving them an initial image to work off of, but the detail work you still need doing. The AI just is not there yet, and I honestly, I have a hard time believing it's going to get really, really good just off of a prompt on getting like every single detail perfect.
Yeah.
I completely agree. You know, I think a professional would 100% want massive attention to detail. Again, think of it like a Pepsi or something like that, right? Or like a huge clothing, like Nike. Like they're not going to ship something. They're not going to ship an ad if even like the tiniest mistake is made in it. You know what I mean? Like these people spend weeks and weeks on end watching like a 7-minute clip, going over it over and over and over and over again, simply trying to perfect it, doing like 10 different, A/B tests, and it's very comprehensive.
Can you imagine them paying like $40 million for a 30-second Super Bowl ad that has mistakes in it or that doesn't look right? They're not.
Well, Nike's doing all this ad for negative revenue growth. I don't know if maybe it could help at this point, having bad ads. I have a question. How do you know like what percentage of their revenue comes from corporate compared to like just your everyday, freelance user?
Yeah. So you can look at third-party data that can kind of try to estimate that. They have this one slide in their investor slide show. It doesn't break out the exact percentage, but it's not a pie chart. It's like there's a graph where like just eyeballing it, it looks like about 70-ish%.
If I did get a page, if you could screenshot it. If you did have a page, I could use it on Fiscal.ai, the best all-in-one investment software.
You gotta DM me about it, bro.
Yeah, where the investor.
I don't know when your thing expires.
When the investor, we've been expired for a while, but we do have we still use it.
All right, here we go. You guys can see this, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, the whole AI thing, like even like 5-ish years down the line, like I have a hard time seeing it would be so polished to the point where it just replaces creative design as a whole. I think it's either this one or this one that I'm talking about. So you could look through the 10K as to like what exactly falls under each of these categories. But I think this lighter pinkish one, this middle one are sort of like your professionals, and then this creative pros and creators is obviously like people like me. Yeah, so
good diversity.
Kind of eyeballing it. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Do you think this is biggest screaming buy right now in the market? We're crashing. China's minerals are clearly going to impact Evolution Gaming and Adobe and all these companies, whatever the export thing was. You think this is the biggest screaming buy opportunity right now?
Probably, dude. I mean, I think it's either this one or you guys know about Pfizer, the payment company, right? Have I talked to you about that? Yeah, I mean, that one is trading at, they do have a lot of debt, so the PE is a little bit overstated in terms of how cheap it is, but trades at like 12 times earnings. They're also buying back like 9-ish% of the company. It's going to grow EPS at about 20% actually. And it's not some narrow moat company. Like it's a solid business, growing EPS about 20% at a 12 PE. What are we talking about here?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Right? So, cheapest valuation since like 2008, by the way. So that's another one. But yeah, it's either Adobe or that one. I do like Adobe's subscription business, and I think the sentiment is so bad on it. There's this, it's like a hive mind narrative that just like comes about of like, oh, AI is going to disrupt them. Oh, there's so much competition, this and that. And it only happens when the stock goes down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The same with Uber and Robotaxi.
Yeah. Oh no, Robotaxi.
Oh no. We did have a question regarding the debt earlier from channel member Joe.
The net debt is negligible. I don't understand why that question was even asked, to be honest.
Okay. I was gonna say they have more cash than that, but no, they have.
It's very slight though. It's
Yeah,
only net of only, it's like 700 or 800 million in net debt.
Yeah.
Oh no.
If you're asking that about Pfizer, like not Pfizer healthcare company, by the way, fintech.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Ticker FI, isn't it?
Ticker FI. So yeah, with that company, the debt is starting to become a bit of a problem. I agree. I think they have on like a 70 billion market cap, they have like 20 billion of debt, which is like a little bit.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Not Dave Ramsey stock.
Yeah, Adobe's balance sheet, there's nothing on there like from a quick look that even worries me at all.
Yeah.
So
if we want to talk Uber or PayPal, we'll do the PayPal. We do PayPal debate.
Okay. So I just dropped a video on this, by the way, like literally an hour ago. But my hatred for that company, I think I hate it more than Palantir, to be honest with you.
Oh,
I dislike that company so much. And the Palantir thing, I don't even dislike the company. I dislike the valuation the stock trades at and the investor base of it.
I was going to say
the cult around Palantir is
insane.
It's the most obnoxious part.
Yeah.
100x from here.
So that's actually probably a similar reason as to 100x from here. Probably similar reason as to why I dislike PayPal is Fiscal, not you. Like you're not obnoxious, but dude, you go on Twitter and these people are insufferable, man.
But no. That actually is part of why I'm starting to feel maybe a little bit more bullish on the actual price at this point, because the talking points that they're coming up with on Twitter in the last few weeks, you've seen it. PayPal, PYUSD, their stable coin, their their ad business, et cetera, et cetera. These things have been known about by actual investors that have followed the earnings calls and stuff for like a year or something, and they're acting like these are all like revelations and new information. So that just tells me that the regards are just really behind the curve on knowing what's going on at the company. And once those things catch on and get out there into the ethos, then the price will inevitably surge as a result of the regards piling in. Very Palantir-esque, you know?
Listen, I actually think there's a world where the stock can do pretty well. I'm just saying the stock doesn't deserve to do well. The fundamentals of the company are garbage. There's no other way to put it. Garbage. And then they're like, okay, our saving grace will be this advertising business. Do you know what their plan is for this advertising business? They are reinventing e-commerce. That's what they're doing.
They're reinventing it.
Dude, they're adding a tab into the PayPal app. We could click on it and you could see what all the merchants are selling. That's the brilliant idea that the C-suite of this company, making tens of millions of dollars per year, They decided to essentially put like a mini eBay
But
inside of
but
the
have you
PayPal
heard
app.
about smart receipts?
I have heard about smart receipts.
Yeah.
That I think
They're
has
gonna
a lot
shock
of
the world.
potential.
So there are aspects to it that are cringy. Shock the world was cringy, okay, but nobody wants to talk about the fact that they still have a lot of gains to make monetizing Venmo, which sat essentially unmonetized for years with tens and tens of millions of users, right? And that's only just like at the very, very early stages because previous management did dick all to do anything with it. And
Big word
you
there.
have Braintree, which was dragging down the margins because they were just taking revenue for the sake of taking revenue. That has changed drastically, which is why actually the company's top line growth slowed very, very severely earlier this year. However, their projections are that Braintree top line growth will resume and also be accretive to bottom line. So if they deliver on their operational targets and promises and whatnot, it will be very good. And the stock is cheap on top of it with a very robust buyback.
That's all great. It's an uphill battle. Why go through the headache? Because it trades at a 12 PE. You could pay up, buy Adobe at a 15 PE with a fraction of the headwinds that PayPal has. It also is doing a boatload of buybacks. They have a product that is still, the industry leader that doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't face like a crazy existential crisis, which is, the PayPal checkout button is becoming obsolete. Over the next 5 to 10 years, it will become obsolete. If you have Apple Pay on your phone, you have this little cool Google notification that says, hey, I remember your credit card details. Do you want me to input them in literally a click? When you have those two things, the PayPal checkout button will become obsolete over time. That's just a fact. You're fighting an uphill battle with this investment. You could buy Adobe today for a little bit of a premium to where PayPal's trading, but with a fraction of the headache, of the headwinds with the business. You just mentioned, okay, they do have to monetize Venmo, and that was under monetized. Great. That they still have to go out there and execute and try to monetize that. And that's an unknown. There isn't like a predictable return that they're going to make on that. They stopped taking cheap growth and whatever to take market share from Adia. Yes, I agree. They stopped doing that. That's good for padding their bottom line. But they have to turn back on the cogs or the wheels of revenue growth on that front eventually, right? So what does that look like? Again, another unknown. You go down the list. It's just unknown after unknown. You know what I mean?
Well, we're supposed to see something on that in Q3, which is imminent. So
I can't wait. I can't wait.
We'll find out soon enough.
And for the record, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong because you guys know Will on Twitter. He's got like 45% of his portfolio in it. Love the guy. He's a kind guy. 45% is a lot of money.
It's a lot for not being Google.
I'm not quite that deep, and like my initial 100 shares was at like a $59 basis. Like my margin of safety is quite good on that. I do have some I have a couple of cheeky leaps options, but they're not. They're such a tiny fraction of the overall account. Like it doesn't matter. Like if they went to zero, I'd be a little sad, but it wouldn't. It would be what it is. But I think there's I think that the stock is starting to catch on, and I do think that Alex Christ has so far hit the operational targets and kept promises that he has made as far as what they're doing operationally with something like a Venmo. So I'm going to give a little bit of credit where it's due there. Forgive the cringe of shock the world and say, what did he promise in terms of like actual significant targets within the business, and have they moved towards those targets in a meaningful way? And they have.
I'd like to say this, and I said this in the video as well, but like your downside risk is quite low with this. So I understand where a lot of people come from on that front. Like, especially with that buyback, like realistically, you could squeeze close to a 10% EPS growth rate for quite a number of years, that should at least translate, because the PE is what, like 12? I don't think it's going to go lower from here. That should at least translate to about 10% per year returns. Like, that's not too bad, right? The issue I have is a lot of people are, flat on this, down on this. I saw a lot of tweets of when it did trade up in last December to like the 80s and stuff, they just kept buying because they're like, oh, it's still not too bad. It's still a 16, 17, 18 PE, whatever. Greedy. But I think it's a lot of just value bros that are like, they're not willing to take the loss, or they're not willing to admit like, oh, this was an opportunity cost that I held on to it for too long and stuff like that. This is not going to be some runaway investment. This is not going to be a multi-bagger like Meta.
So here's like you do get since it was down 80% from the highs at one point, people, this is the next Meta. I disagree with that wholeheartedly, that this is the next Meta. It could be, if you got into it in the 50s or 60s, it could realistically be 100 to 150% gain if they hit their operational targets, right? But it's not going to be a 10x or anything like that. It's just not realistic, I don't think.
No.
But that's just my I mean, I could be wrong on that too. I could be too conservative. Maybe PayPal world is going to shock the world, and their stable coin is going to be just the best thing since sliced bread, and it's going to revolutionize everything in the whole world.
Do you know what's going to happen? They're going to disrupt Amazon. That's what's going to happen. $2 trillion.
All right. If I wanted an advertising business, I'd buy Amazon. I was going to say that.
Yeah. You know what? I would buy Uber.
Yeah. We want to talk about Uber. I think that's a
good segue.
Yeah, we could do a little segue to Uber. By the way, we will do like a 1-year anniversary because we have like 2 or 3 months until like the 1-year anniversary of that episode. And if
it was like the 23rd when we did it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was like right before Christmas. So we'll do like
what a great Christmas present that was.
1-year checkup of, unless this little sell-off continues, then it may not look as good, but we'll at least buy more shares when it's cheap.
Yeah.
Is Uber still a good buy here, even though I'm up 40%?
Well, if it went from pound the table buy to just undervalued, like I do still think it's undervalued. I think, the business, I made this argument. If we look at it on which is a bit of an obscure ratio to look at it, but EV to gross profit, you compare Uber to DoorDash, which are roughly growing the same. DoorDash grows a little bit faster, but still. DoorDash trades at a massive premium to Uber. If Uber traded at the same valuation that DoorDash trades at, guess where the stock would be?
150.
Yeah, you nailed it. It would be $150 stock. If it just traded at where DoorDash. So
yeah, well, what's funny? The only reason I guess that is because that's what I was seeing recently was like the highest analyst price target for Uber. So I thought maybe like maybe that was their formula for valuing Uber, is just give it the same multiple as DoorDash and call it a day.
Yeah. So again, like you could argue DoorDash should trade at a growth premium. Maybe they have a bit of a more durable business model, whereas Uber faces the AV risk. So okay, you could argue against it, but still, the gap is ridiculous. I mean, for Uber to go up, that's another 60%. The same gain we've had year to date, again, next year, for it to just catch up to where DoorDash is, never mind like a premium to DoorDash, which, when you have the two different apps, there's a lot of synergies that can be realized there. That's valuable. The Uber One membership becomes a lot more valuable if you could use it both for Uber and if you could use it for Uber Eats. Right. So
which I actually
the equity and grab.
I am now an Uber One subscriber. I decided to pull the trigger on that because I got to support my investments. And it is nice. Like you do if you use Uber or Uber Eats, either one, more than like once a month, it pretty much usually ends up being worth it. Yeah.
This is reminiscent of a certain company we're all invested in here. Rhymes with Amazon.
Evolution.
No, that's how Prime started, dude. People are oh, this kind of pays for itself. If I order off Amazon more than like a couple times a month, I save in the shipping costs. And then they never cancel it. Even if Uber gets a fraction of the success, that's an incredible business.
Yeah. And with Amazon, it's worth it just for Prime Video if you have even like a few shows on there that you're into, which I definitely do. It's worth it just for that, because what is the price difference between Amazon Prime and Netflix? Like, it's not a big
Netflix.
It's not a super big difference, I don't think.
At least in Canada, I think Netflix ad-free tier is like $17 a month, Canadian.
Yeah.
And then
Amazon Prime isn't. Amazon Prime, you said, is 10.
Yeah,
for you.
I'll
Yeah,
fact check right
$10.
now.
Yeah,
It's like $10. I think you guys get Amazon Music for free though. We don't, which is a bit weird.
$9 for Prime Video versus.
No, Prime.
no,
And
but
then
Prime,
Video
but
is
with like everything. Included.
Oh yeah.
And then if you want to do Prime with Prime Video ad-free, I think the ad-free Prime Video is like $3 a month.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I just recently got that. And it was $3 a month for the ad-free add-on. Which,
if you watch any shows on Prime Video, screw it, man. Like whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, like overall, because I do order certain things from Amazon pretty regularly. I kind of switch between different services for different things. Like I needed what is it, like AAA batteries or something for my Amazon Basics has that. Needed printer paper, Amazon's got that. It's just easier. Like I'm not going to go to like Staples or something. No. Forget about that. And it comes fast usually, with rare exceptions where the delivery gets delayed. I've also been experimenting with like the different fresh and grocery options that Amazon has. Now, Uber has actually a grocery thing on there that I haven't tested out yet. And I think with Uber One, maybe it would be worth doing a test drive of that.
Yeah.
We have boots on the ground due diligence from the Dividend dog. He says, yeah, Ubers are minimum $100. They get price gouge. It's hard to get a ride home at drunk drive too.
Oh yeah. My Uber from the airport was like $65. The airport's 20 minutes away.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
While we're on, I know you already have indirect exposure, but are you ever considering adding Grab for the quick pump and dump?
Probably not, dude.
Is it just the investor base? Is that why?
The Amit pump and dump was something that was supposed to come and it never did. No, I mean, exactly.
Grab has performed, minus the drop on Friday, performed very well since that time.
Yeah,
the Amit pump and dump.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's U.S. listed for like a pretty small company, dude. I guess it was pretty good. Sorry, to answer your question, no, probably not. Like I run such a concentrated portfolio, like I'm even questioning having. I'm probably not gonna do anything, but I'm even questioning having like both Amazon and Google. I'm like, well, I'm invested mainly for the cloud businesses.
Yeah.
Should I have both of them there? Like, or should I just like supersize one of them to like a 35-40% position and just keep it that way?
Yeah.
But again, I'm probably just not going to do anything. I'm just going to leave the two and then try to dilute it down as a percentage of the total portfolio over time.
We were discussing Evolution Gaming before you got on, and that's been it's trading like $75 now. I know you're a former shareholder.
Long time ago. I think I pitched it to you guys first, no? Like was it you guys or was it?
I know you talked about it probably before us.
No, I think I
made a
told,
YouTube video on it. You made a YouTube video on it.
I told the Green Man about it.
Yeah. Oh. The green. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. There you go, Mohammed.
Whoa. Do you want to do some of these comments?
Yeah, we'll get into some of these comments. Mohammed, PayPal is gay or a Jeremy stock. Trump. Michael will come in and just pitch random stocks.
How many members do you guys have now?
What, Fiscal? Like 20, 25 around there? That range?
Really?
It's somewhere in the 20s, yeah.
Somewhere in the 20s. We need more. We always need more.
I want more, but I know I shouldn't.
I want more. Yeah.
Fiscal, do you watch The Boys on Amazon Prime?
Yes.
Have you watched season 4?
Yeah, with The Boys, I might be like one episode behind on Gen V season 2, but as far as the main line, The Boys, I'm totally up to date. Yeah.
Gen what? What
So
did you
there's
just
a
say?
there's a spin-off of The Boys called Gen V.
Oh.
It takes place in the same thing, and there's some characters that make appearances and stuff. Like Homelander has shown up, etc. But yeah, like as far as the regular mainline series, The Boys, I am completely caught up. Yes.
Yeah. No, it's a good show. I like it a lot.
Waiting for season 5, of course.
Yeah, it's.
I guess
yeah,
season 5 is probably going to be the last one.
Yeah, I think that's finale season.
Thoughts on Chipotle? That's what we were asked.
Let's see this. It's still
Buy
tastes pretty
Klarna
rich.
instead so you can finance your burrito.
Dude, it's so expensive, dude. I'm sorry. You want to
Chipotle?
get double steak? Yeah, you want to get double steak, and they it charge like $30 a bowl. It's just not needed.
Whoa, where'd you get $30 from? Are you serious, dude?
And
No,
it might
it's
be
probably
like
like
closer to
15 for you
25.
guys.
It's like-
No. It's probably 15 for you guys. It's like 22 for us. There's still a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot for when you can go to the grocery store, and the portions are not like incredible.
Even if I order from Uber Eats, I still probably end up paying low 20s
Yeah,
for like after tip and everything for a bowl.
Yeah.
So I don't see. I mean, is extra meat that expensive?
Yeah, it's like an extra $5
oh, I guess.
on top of like a
Yeah,
low teens dollar.
Yeah, so I'd probably be at like 25 all in delivered with
Yeah.
if I added that. Then, but
See, your mistake is getting it delivered, bro. It's never good when it's delivered.
I don't know
and
if that's what
they make
Ryan's
it behind
doing,
the
but,
counter, and you.
I mean, if I was worried about the cost, I'd just go there in person. But I paid for that Uber one. I feel like I got to get something out of it, you know.
Yeah. On the topic of subscriptions, you want to go, Aria?
I was just gonna say you gotta take advantage of those buy one get ones on Uber Eats, the merchant funded offers.
I honestly sometimes I browse those and I'm like, I see the ones that are being offered. It's like, man, if I do this, I'm gonna be 600 pounds in no time. Because it's always where I live. It's always the little hole in the wall Mexican drive-through places, and it's always carne asada fries, and each order is like 3.5 pounds of carne asada fries. So I'd be getting like 7 or 8 pounds of carne asada fries and various.
How many calories is that?
It's a lot. I'm guessing the typical carne asada fry order that I get from a Mexican place here, depending on the size, is probably anywhere from 12 to 1,800 calories. That's just my estimate. Like, I haven't like got a food scale out and made all the stuff but yeah, which that's what I had for breakfast this morning, by the way. So that's why that's on my mind. I know it's pretty gangster, right? But yeah, really, it's terrible. I'm surrounded, and then they throw those twofers at me, and it's like, no, if I eat 2 of these, do I get to go Super Saiyan, or do I just end up having to get a gastric sleeve later?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where we live, bunch of like Mediterranean and like Greek food places and stuff like that. Like it's obviously not the healthiest, but like because they put oils and stuff, and the tzatziki sauce alone is insane.
But at least all the oils, there's a lot of omega-3s and stuff because a lot of it's olive, I'm assuming.
But what if it's seed oils, Fiscal?
Well, yeah,
but no, Mediterranean should be olive. That's like the authentico thing.
Usually, yeah. But I'm speaking from a caloric perspective, right?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, obviously, like there's chickens and proteins and stuff like that, so it's definitely healthier food. But yeah. Anyways, Ryan, what were you gonna say?
Oh, on the topic of subscriptions, since the whales are selling out of Microsoft, and we've been discussing the Xbox Game Pass in the community lately. Oh God, Gil is here. He predicted the crash. Xbox Game Pass has raised their price from $20 to $30. Do you think that this is a little obnoxious? Yes or no for the ultimate version?
It's a
That's for
thesis
both of
breaker,
you.
bro. You got to sell out of Microsoft instantly. Big thesis breaker for me personally. Yeah, I would actually open a short position on a Microsoft. I think this has probably got grounds for it to start to go to zero.
What's the thesis break? Oh yeah, I'm with you. I don't know. I don't know if that might be an inverse effect. We do have a history.
Microsoft to zero. You heard it here first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's over.
Fiscal, what are your thoughts on
The Game Pass,
egregious Game Pass price increases?
It's like 50%. It's ludicrous.
Like what was it and what is it now? Like,
Okay, it was $20 before for the ultimate version, which gives you like Xbox Live and lets you play online with friends.
yeah.
And then now it's $30.
But I assume that in addition, like you're calling it Game Pass, so like they throw in games too.
I will
like,
go over the whole service because some people probably have no.
Is that per
clue.
month?
Yeah, per month.
That's actually a lot of money.
Because I've been really far out of the console gaming loop for a while, so you'll have to explain this to me like I'm 5.
Okay, I have it. Game Pass basically lets you pay a set amount per month. It's basically a Netflix of gaming. So analogy goes far as back as time.
Yeah.
You pay like $15-$20 a month.
I mean, I remember when this stuff was new. Basically, I don't know if either of you were born yet at that time, but yeah,
don't humble me, Fiscal. But yeah, it lets you play the ultimate version too. Is like the highest tier you can get. It's like $20. Gives you like day one releases. You get discounts on games. Nothing wild, like 20, 30, 40%. But like the main purpose of it is so you don't have to buy the games. Spend $60 or $70 on the new piece of shit Call of Duty every year.
Mm-hmm.
Now though, since like they acquired Activision Blizzard a few years ago, and they also have some Ubisoft deal, you can get games like right off release, which I think they're pricing into it. And
so like if just to clarify for how this works, so the highest tier went from 20 to 30, right? The ultimate package or whatever.
It's been increased before. When I first got the service, it was 15, then it went to 20, and now it's at 30.
But to clarify, you get with that the ability to just receive, like, is there a certain number of games that you get for free with that?
Okay, here are all the benefits. You buy the essential for $10 a month, you get 50 games. Nobody's buying that. I'm sorry. Unless like you just want one game and it makes sense, sure. Premium, which is like the middle ground, $15 a month. That is 200 games. And then if you get ultimate, that's 500 games. So, I mean...
So, all right. So I'm still having trouble understanding what this means. Do you receive the games permanently or...
You get temporary access. So, like, you can't... Okay, let's say I get it for a month. I want to play 2K. After my Game Pass subscription's up for that month, I'm not paying the $15 or whatever. I can't play that game anymore.
But if your subscription doesn't lapse, do you get permanent access to the games as long as the subscription? Oh, that just seems really gay and lame to me.
Good description.
Yeah, I don't know. Like none of this sounds appealing to me at all, to be honest with you. And this could just be my advanced age, but yeah. Like if I'm paying for access, like either I'm buying the game or I'm not. Is my like, I mean, yes, renting games is a thing, I guess, but I don't know. That $30 a month to basically rent games seems really steep to me.
Well, no, I think the biggest selling point of it is you get to play with friends, right? Like you can't play with friends unless you have it. That's how PlayStation works.
Yeah, but you'd have to buy like Xbox Live separately.
But doesn't the $9 a month Xbox Live thing cover? That's always been a thing.
Yeah,
but then as a bonus, the thing is though, like you get a huge catalog of games, so you could always like subscribe and I think get like a treadmill of new games and stuff that comes in that you kind of try out, and then the ones you really like, you buy them. I don't know. All of this is just like gaming is just dumb altogether. Like
I know you're a
like,
Fortnite advocate. You're a big advocate of Fortnite.
me, I rip a little Fortnite from time to time. I have a little brother, so I play with him. But no, it's not like I'm sitting here playing like hours of games every day, nor am I playing games every day. Yeah.
Much different from when I was
The youth.
a youth. Yeah.
Gaming's well, I think gaming got huge during COVID, and then everybody was playing games, and we've kind of went away from it, I guess.
Everybody's tired of it now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's no good games anymore. GTA
Mobile
6
games
is
are-
going to be the big thing.
mobile games I think are doing pretty nicely.
Yeah.
Like a lot of my friends rip Clash Royale.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Ryan, but
No, I got to get into it. I never really.
dude,
got
I
into
see it in lecture, bro. I see it in
Oh
lecture.
yeah,
like,
100%.
they rip Clash Royale.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on university at year 2? What are you 2, you 3?
You're 3, bro.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, it's maybe my expectations were so low that like I think this is a repeating. I don't know what the word for it is. It's like a repeating thing of my expectations are so low going into university that even if it's a little like mildly better, I'm starting to enjoy it. You know,
Yeah.
I think the content in year 3 has finally started to become mildly interesting. I have this one marketing class which is like pretty interesting, pretty engaging. She just like she pretty much has a conversation with the class, and the key is part of your marks is participation. So you have to participate, and she gives you a sheet and you could sign off your name. Otherwise, right? So like you're kind of forced to talk.
How big are the classes?
This class in particular is like 150-ish.
Oh my god. Oh,
That's not even that big.
participation in 150. That's you gotta.
Yes.
Some people go to community college here, Aria. You
May-
know,
may-
not
maybe it's
everybody's
100.
getting a-
Maybe it's 100. But no, I have like other lectures where it's like 300, 350 because
Yeah.
it shows you the attendance, right? Oh Jesus, the
I won't
camera
dox
is-
you, but you're in a very urban area too, where it's like extremely popular. And yeah, if you follow Quality Invest 5 on Twitter, where he lives, it's a benefit.
Okay,
Um,
anyways, I had a math class with 400 people in it,
Not
and a
good,
philosophy
yeah.
class with 600. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
The community college is a bit of a joke this year, but the grades are fine, and yeah, that's all I have to say. Unfortunately, I don't have the luxury of getting 100K from mommy and daddy, and I could go steal some of the money and put it into Dave stock. I wish.
For Ivy education.
Ivy education. Yeah, there you go. All right. Last question before we hop off here. One word to describe Dave stock.
EBITDA.
I laid that one out for you.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, Aria. The people would like to know where they can find you, and of course,
it's just
software.
on Twitter. It's at Dividend Dude X. On YouTube,
Underscore
you could just
X.
search for. Was it underscore X? Okay. Yeah, on YouTube you could find me. Calshi, I'm affiliated with them. I'm completely joking. Shout out Dividend Dude though.
Yeah.
I think Ryan, you're probably gonna link it in the description or
Yes,
whatever, right?
it'll be
You could just
linked
search my name. It's Aria Radnia. I hate PayPal and I'm bullish Adobe. Yeah, I mean,
There you go.
Watch those videos. Bang.
Wise words. All right, Aria. Pleasure. We will have you on for a segment at the end of the year to recap the Uber. Hopefully, it pays off.
Reoccurring guest again.
Yeah.
What are we on? Is this number 5 or 6?
Yeah, we're up there. I don't know if we include the double episodes where we'd have the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Never know.
Yeah. You know what? It's definitely faster than the revenue growth of PayPal.
Oh, there you go. All right. Yeah, he's getting off now. That's a fun time.
Cut off his mic.
Censor him.
Report live.
Yeah. I come here every week to hear we don't dogpile on him, okay? We dogpile everybody, to be completely fair, but at the same time, some people do choose to say some very questionable things that have to be commented on, and he does that sometimes, as do we all. Gil predicted the top. It's true.
Yeah, I mean, at least the local top. He definitely. Although I'm not sure that he knew about the tweet that sent. I mean, but that's the thing when things are too fluffy, any random thing can send it.
Yeah.
You know, the match.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
match.
So what was the thing? On Friday and Thursday, I was I was busy, but I had some time to spare, and I saw Trump made like a tweet with like Trump put out a whole essay, and I'm like, I'm not reading that.
Yeah.
No,
So
thank you.
yeah, he's mad about rare earth elements in
Oh, yeah.
China, and he's gonna hit them with 100% tariff in retaliation.
That will surely go through.
Yeah.
Fuck, evolution's done for. We're cooked.
Yeah.
This is the one to do it.
It's literally everything except BTI for me went down.
Do you think that's why Grab also went down a little more on?
Right. And
I think that's why.
well, it's funny because pretty much every asset you can think of went down. Like I think even gold went down. Like all the cryptos went down. Virtually every stock, with a few exceptions, went down. It's at some point people are probably going to realize, well, hey, this one tweet, or sorry, it was a Truth Social post, not a tweet, but I'm not very deep into
Truth
social.
is the best. He truthed it.
At some point, people will realize, well, hey, this particular issue isn't really that directly related to a lot of different things, and maybe money will then go into those safer things. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe like United Health will see a recovery off of this, because it doesn't really make sense. But it was like kind of a total sell off of a lot of things. Maybe it's just a healthy pullback. Maybe the crash will continue on Monday. I'm not gonna make a
If
call
I were a
one way or the
betting
other on that.
man, but I'm not. Well, I'm reading this comment section as I'm trying to make a very
Yeah, I mean, hey,
serious
maybe
point.
I'll close out some of my leaps that are in profit, take profits, and then maybe buy some puts on some things that I think are going to get hit more in the near future.
Yeah.
And, you know,
if I were a betting man, it wouldn't shock me if the market were up like 1 or 2% on Monday. It's just for some reason. I don't know. I think it's really easy because Trump will just say something and it can pump the market, and Trump will say something and it'll tank it. So it's like very easy to just trade. Speaking of trading, Dave has been extremely easy to add to below 200.
Dave's been a little quiet lately, but
a little too quiet.
Yeah.
There's a fight in the comment section. What are we talking about?
Uranium.
Oh, the market. Okay, he's talking about the market.
Dan insisting on proof, etc. Yeah, that's a whole other episode, I think. To be honest with you.
Yeah, you get our 15 minutes.
Maybe we should
rambling.
We should try to set up the PayPal roundtable soon to counteract as a sequel to this.
I think a debate would be better. Good, but we just had Aria on, so like,
yeah.
No, but I think a roundtable. We have an evolution roundtable coming up in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
people
can watch both episodes and decide, what argument for PayPal is better for or against.
Yeah. Yeah. What are we? Yeah. The metals are gonna totally. We're fucked. Evolution Gaming's cooked for. The China metals are done. It's over.
Yeah.
This comment section is interesting.
Yep.
As it always is. If you guys haven't already, smash the like button. Become a channel member if you haven't.
I'll make a bold claim right now. We have the most fascinating comments on YouTube.
Yeah.
In our chat, our live chat.
And these pieces of shit don't give us money. Can you believe it?
Unbelievable.
That's why I'm posting the channel membership link right now. Remember, we will dance for $1. So somebody becomes a channel member, we will sympathy sell you into $1.
It's true.
Fiscal, I heard it's true you're making a sports betting page.
That's an urban legend that never happened. Yeah. No, I don't watch like any sports at all. So
oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Somebody took it literally what you said.
Okay, so we are 1/3 of the way from us dumping $100 into Adobe or Uber. I don't know. We'll do community vote. 1/3 of the way there. $3 to get $200 worth of investments. This is the biggest grift ever. All right, let's do it.
Round two. Here we go.
Okay, so have you been watching any? Have you seen this Ed Gein thing on Netflix?
I have seen that it's there, but I have not watched it.
You got to watch it because it's okay. It's just it's some retarded guy that lives with his mom, and he's like 30. He's like 20 or 30, and this is during the war. He just goes around like killing everybody, and he's like creepy. It's hilarious, but it's also creepy at the same time.
So what I heard was that he partly inspired both Psycho and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, that's what the film is, or that's what the show is portraying it as, but it's like it's hilarious. He talks like this.
Oh, maybe even a little bit Silence of the Lambs too, because I heard there was an element of trans propaganda or something.
Okay. Yeah, the opening scene. I'll be very vague with what I say to not get us demonetized, but opening scene is him. It's basically what we hope will happen to Dave Stock on the chart.
Yeah,
and he's wearing his gramophone. He's basically wearing clothes of his mother. Say that.
Okay, so yeah, that was
not
a
his mom's sweatshirt.
Yeah. That was a big component of Psycho, was dressing as his own.
Yeah,
mother.
so that's part of it.
But Silence of the Lambs was transforming from a man into a woman was a thing in that too. And Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like classic. I don't know, like making carving people up with a chainsaw and like making like people stuff out of them was
so the inspiration from that apparently came from you know how in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre where they had Grandpa do the killing. Grandpa's the best killer. He's the best that there ever was. And they get his dead corpse and you can barely hold it up. So like they get the hammer in his hand. He goes, and he's like, they force the dead grandpa to kill somebody or try to at least. That's what I think it was inspired from. But from what I'm hearing is like they did a lot of like over exaggerating in the show just to make it entertaining, which I respect. But yeah, not a Dividend dude tweet. Uber, that's it. That's the tweet. Yeah, there you go. That's
well said.
It's free engagement for you. No, it's just basically a slow guy that nobody suspects is doing anything wrong in town, and it's pretty funny, but it's also creepy. So I recommend it.
I always say, when people ask why I don't short this stock, I fear the regards.
Yeah. Yeah. Who hates and who likes PayPal? I'll put up a poll in the chat. We got a 50-50 vote right now between Uber to buy. Actually, no, 43% of the audience says buy, 7% says sell, and then 50% says hold. So there you go.
That's a cop out. I'm sorry, hold is a cop out option.
Yeah, that is. I'm sorry.
At today's price with PayPal, it's either a buy or a sell. There can be a no in between.
That was with Uber. With PayPal, we'll do buy or sell.
Okay.
All right, PayPal, buy or sell. I'm neutral. I genuinely have no. Yeah, Evolution though I think is pretty attractive. I was also adding Jackson because I feel like that's just. I'm comfortable with that as my third largest holding. It's boring. Slow compounder. I can collect a nice 15% shareholder yield. You can buy backs and dividends.
Yeah.
They're going to buy back even more shares. Dave,
That's definitely true.
and then TSSI too. That's another one where if that hits like 12 or 13 again, I'm fucking going.
You know,
balls to the wall.
I mean, that could happen with what just went down, but I don't know. I think Friday was literally an everything sell off. I think as time goes on, we're more than likely going to see people start to actually care about individual holdings again, and things are going to buy or set or go up or down based on their own kind of situation.
Yeah.
And it might still be overall red, but you'll see bastions of green within potentially.
Yeah. Small caps are fun, dude. Any day can be a big
Every
or
day's an
bad day.
adventure.
Yeah, it is. Very fun. I also saw Double D loading up on bond.
The whales are buying bonds.
Oh, God. How was he buying stock? That's my question. I thought we had an emergency sell.
Yeah.
I
don't know. It's mysterious, isn't it?
I guess we'll never know. It never happened. I guess we'll never know. All right, we'll wrap up here. We're an hour 20 in. Thank you to everybody in chat. Dan, Gil, Muhammad, my Roblox Bull, Joe, Blake, Internet Warrior. Thank you again for your $1. We do a lot of things for $1. Yeah. I'm hearing, what is it, like November? Early November for earnings, TSSI?
It's only estimated right now, but it's estimated to be in the first half of November. Which it's weird because I think at the end of the last call they said see you in October. So I thought they were saying it was going to be in October with that comment, but November makes more sense.
All right, appreciate you all for tuning in. Smash like button, share the video if you haven't already. Do that all. Subscribe. Do dividend, stocks, not drugs, and of course, cash flow is